Hello Year 8. Our next question is, can people experience God today? Well, with all science and things like that goes on, the question is, many people believe you still can. They still believe in things like visions and cures and things like that actually happen that make people experience God. But most theists don't believe that you actually experience God in that way. They believe that you experience God through things like your conscience, your ability to know what is right and wrong. We're going to look at that in a moment. And also other people believe that you can experience God through things like nature and the beauty of nature. Whereas other people believe, no, God can't be experienced, maybe because they're atheist and they don't believe in God, or they believe that it's actually just wishful thinking, that people wish that God exists and think and hope that God actually exists, but there's no actual real facts. So, let's have a look at the yes argument in our think critically idea, the yes argument first of all. Now, millions of people claim to experience God every day. They claim that God tells them to do things via their conscience, and that their conscience is actually God telling them what's right and wrong. And, for example, people, when they do good and bad things, if they do a bad thing, they get this really guilty feeling. And this guilty feeling within you is actually God telling you that whatever it is that you've done is bad. Whereas other people believe that, no, when you also have a good feeling, when you do something good, maybe tidy your room when your mum tells you, then that's actually something that is really, really God informing you that you've done something good, and so you get that really good feeling. Now, the other one, a key word that we're going to learn in this unit today is the word numinous. Now, the word numinous actually means to experience something that makes you go, wow, that's amazing. I just want you to picture the most beautiful place in the world that you've ever been to. And that might be somewhere, hot and sunny. It might be somewhere in Droitwich, you never know. Something really, really beautiful. And I want you to think about how it makes you feel. Now, for me, it's when I look at the starry skies at night. And especially when it's cold in the winter. And when I'm making this video, it's cold and wintry. And I actually look at the stars at night and I think how amazingly beautiful they are. And they make me feel like I'm very small and insignificant. And that's the numinous feeling. And people believe that's actually God. And God actually making us feel either good, in this way of feeling really small and tiny. And that's actually, the idea of the majesty of God. So people believe, yes, we can experience God today. And not necessarily through miracles and cures. We're going to look at that in the next question. But also through things like our conscience and the numinous. However, other people believe, no, we can't experience God today. Despite all these things, it's mostly people who are religious, who see religious answers to things like the conscience and the numinous. So when they have a good conscience experience and they feel good about doing something good, like, I don't know, giving money to charity or something like that, and they put that down to God, it's actually because they're religious in the first place that they put it down to God. And actually that really it's not God, it's just the fact that you're doing something right, and that's right because society says it's right. And also, the other one with conscience as well is when you're doing something wrong. It's only society, our parents, things like that tell us that what we're doing is wrong. And so, that's actually what it is. And the numinous is something very similar. The idea that we can experience God through nature. When I look up at the stars, I don't actually see, the vision of the universe and think, wow, that's so amazing, there must be a God. It must be a bit like design we looked at a couple of weeks ago. No, it's actually just the fact that that's there, and it still makes me feel very small, because I am still very small compared to the size of the universe. But that doesn't necessarily prove that we can experience God. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've looked at both sides of the argument there, whether some people believe you can experience God in the year 2000 and whatever it is, and some people believe that you can't experience God in the year 2000, whatever it is. But as we have always said, and as I said to you when we think critically in these matters, what do you think?